Running the sanctuary absolutely brings me peace. The work is 100% cathartic for me. I find myself getting tied up in it and being busy, and then it's really nice just to sit, breathe in life, and it's beyond sand.
Handcrafted in Canada, Hardline's ice pad has revolutionized curling for over a decade. Engineered with top-tier precision and durability, it is backed by an unmatched 10-year warranty. Designed for curlers at all levels to sweep effortlessly with maximum efficiency, it is trusted by the world's best curlers, including Olympic and world champions. It is quite simply the best brew in the game. Hardline. Join the revolution.
Good afternoon to curling fans across Canada and around the world as we bring to you the 2024 Henderson Medal Fall Classic, presented by Kioti Tractor Dealers of Ontario, live from YNCU Curling Centre in beautiful Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario, Canada. Welcome to everyone out there watching around the world. We had an incredible field of 28 teams when we began this event, and we are down to 4 teams. Our feature sheet is on sheet B, and today's matchup is Team Retornaz from Italy against Team Dunstone from Manitoba. We also have on sheet A the other semifinal, which is a Team Hostley from Switzerland against Team McEwen from Saskatchewan. So welcome everyone. This game is underway. Team Dunstone has the hammer in the first end and currently is chasing a rock over on the far outside of the circle near back 8 foot. BJ Neufeld throwing a hit at this one. I'm joined today by Juha Cantavera, who is missing in action at the moment, but I'm sure he'll join me shortly. So a hit and roll out. So the third for Italy, Amos Mosaner, is going to attempt to throw an out-turn draw around the center guard. There is a chat space available for all you folks out there if you want to access that and interact with others. So they're just keeping it clean and sweeping a bit to keep it straight there now, and now they're both going on it. And the line is great, and he's ducked behind there, fully buried. Maybe see just an edge of it. So Matt Dunstone is going to step up and attempt to drill this back, at worst make the peel. So BJ Neufeld in turn, drill back, trying to get rid of both Retornaz stones. Looks a little high, but does move it off to the side. So the guard is going to go up here. A reminder that the winners of these 2 games will meet in the final at 4 p.m. today. So we encourage you to join us again for that game. We'll keep you updated on sheet A as well. It looks like Team Hostley has the hammer in that end, and it's been pretty clean end so far. So up goes the guard. Skip Retornaz trying to replace the rock that just got eliminated. And that's a made shot, a little higher than the last one. Taking their time here, possibly looking at chasing it, and that's the indication. The ice surface here this week has been incredible, and kudos to our ice maker Josh Vandenberg for creating conditions like this for these players. So an out turn, trying to sneak by that high guard. The ice indicated shows that this will likely be around a hack waiter, maybe a touch more. We'll know off the get-go if he's close. Just cleaning it. And now making it curl. He's got to get to the center line. It's going there now, but still got to go. Just going to glance off and move it sideways in behind the corner. So not what he was looking for. So Retornaz is going to try to get that replaced and likely a little deeper. Out turn draw around the corner, or around the center guard, sorry. Certainly no blank in play here, so it's either going to be a steal or a force. Working on it hard and trying to make it curl a bit. And top 4 foot it is. Forcing Matt Dunstone to draw 4 foot to try to score his single here in the first end. So I'm joined by my brother Eric for this game.
Hey Al, sorry.
And the first end began with lots of rocks in play, and before you knew it, between drill backs and clearing stones away, it ended up fairly open end. However, Matt is being forced here, and we'll have to draw at least half the 4 foot to get one. Out turn draw.
Boys are just keeping an eye on it at the tee line.
Steal of 2 in the first end by the look of it. So Team Retornaz 2, Dunstone 0. We'll be right back. Yeah, they want.
Attenti ancora una Manfred, adesso toccherà cambiare. Ancora su la prima Manfred, però no, il track centrale proprio
Ma è tipo gli LSD che ho giocato andare sugli ultimi due, quant'è che vende velocità?
14,7. Sì, però hai visto che quando c'è poi le linee interne non droppate, tipo mi ne giura da una proprio sopra, gira prima.
Handcrafted in Canada, Hardline's Iceman has revolutionized curling for over a decade. Engineered with precision and durability, it is
Sei.
By an unmatched 10-year warranty. Designed for curlers at all levels to sweep effortlessly with maximum
Sei.
efficiency. It is trusted by the world's best curlers, including Olympic and world champions. It is quite simply the best brew in the game. Hardline, join the revolution.
La linea è buona.
Okay, we're back. So big steal of 2 in the first end for the team from Italy, and the first call is into the rings, which is normal call after scoring 2 like that.
Matt calling a corner guard here. I would think it'd be corner guard and then center guard and maybe another corner. It just depends on which side Team Dunstone. They may put 2 corners on one side or separate the corners. We'll see. Boys just keeping it clean for now, and good shot there. Look for a tight center guard here.
So clearly Matt's not too happy after missing that draw, and so he'll have to shake that off and try to get his deuce back here in the second end. So throwing up a guard, I believe that was the call.
Yeah, I think a tight center guard here.
That will have to move.
Good attempt, but it's not on the center line, and it is the shot stone is open. I think the call is the draw around the corner guard on the intern. Line looks pretty good. Weight looks pretty good also.
So Ryan Harnden, lead for Team Dunstone, has put that exactly where he wanted. Indication is that Joel Retornaz is going to try to come around his own guard there and kind of stagger them in the rings. Taking ice just inside the into the 8-foot.
Intern for Team Retornaz. Line looks good. Weight looks good.
So pretty much exactly where they were looking for there.
Yeah, good shot. Matt's called the intern freeze for Colton.
I think even if they bump that back a bit is not so bad either, right? If they get the right angle.
Yeah, either one. If it over curls, they can bump the other one open, or if, like you say, they could just bump the shot rock back also.
So keeping it clean, now trying to keep it straight. Off and on usually indicates that they're close. And there goes the curl there. It definitely is going to bump this.
Could move that yellow in the open here.
Yeah.
Like that. Nice little roll. Good shot there.
Yeah, good angle. Lies second. So taking about an inch, no, about the same ice for this shot. Now a little less.
They just kind of like to split the center line here, I think, on the freeze and get an angle on it.
Yeah, even if they moved it a couple inches.
They could move it, yeah.
Now bringing it in a bit.
So in turn freeze, maybe a little bump would be ideal.
And now trying to make it curl a bit. And there it goes. Great sweeping team, this team from Italy.
Good shot there. So Team Dunstone do have shot rock. Team Retornaz, they have second, third, and fourth. I think a double here, Al.
Yeah, so that will bring that rock that's on the 12-foot on the left-hand side into play as a possible scoring point. So
as a counter, yeah.
So trying to hit this, I'm going to say about half a rock hard, and removing both the yellow stones.
Colton Lott out turn,
But,
gets the nose hit.
A little plan B, eh?
Yeah, for sure.
Got a little flop in behind, but not what they called.
Team Dunstone do have last rock advantage here. They are shot rock. Looking for a hit here for Team Retornaz.
In turn, that is tight to the guard. And it's going to feather tick that guard and take out their own that was probably laying third shot. So not ideal on that one.
Just want to juggle these two rocks around a little bit. Just tap their shot rock up about a foot and get a good angle on the yellow. Maybe open it up a little bit. It's hard to, well, they can't really eliminate it right now, but they can open it up for future shots here.
Yeah, they got to unlock though this that green one. If they hope to bring those other rocks into play. Okay, over curled on them a little bit, but they are they are laying first, third, fourth, and fifth.
Pretty good shot. The shooter is behind cover. Boys are coming down to discuss what to do here. Got a team discussion on what to do.
Yeah.
First indication was corner freeze, the team Dunstone at the back of the 8-foot. I think they could hit that also if they wanted to.
They could, and I think that's what they're going to do.
Yeah.
I think this is a good call here.
Yeah, I agree, Al. I think this is the shot call. They could roll towards the center line. Nose hit's fine also.
That one is going to, but I think they're okay this time. Certainly by the guard. So nose hit.
Yeah, good shot. Matt's looking at it. He's indicated a hit and roll right there. Maybe clip the one in the back 12-foot on the way by. I don't think it really matters though. Little hit an inside roll, Al, for sure.
I think so. Going the other way is probably not ideal at this point in the end. So trying to just get it by the one on the top 12 foot there and squeeze it in and make a little roll inside.
Quiet wait on the intern for BJ. Looks like they wanted to.
Well, the previous rocks we've seen have curled here, and that one is going as well, but he's by.
Good shot by Colton. Well thrown. Got to be a little careful here, I think, on the hit. Nose hit, I think, is the call. As Alan mentioned, they've really been curling in there. You figure nose hit's pretty good here?
Nose hits the call. It does leave a hit and roll in behind for Dunstone on his next one. But at this point, we'll just kind of see how these rocks kind of work their way toward that 4 foot area. And need to stick around here.
It's got plenty of weight. Intern for Team Retornaz looking for I believe, a nose hit.
Trying to make it curl here. It's curling late.
Hit and roll to the shot rock.
Not sure that's what they would have wanted.
Yeah, I don't think so either. It looks like Team Retornaz are shot rock. This does leave a yellow-green yellow to lie 3, I think.
I think both yellows fly with about a quarter rock, a third of a rock, maybe even half a rock. They should both go.
Don't know if you can keep the shooter here, but
shooter ain't gonna stay here.
no.
Only if he hits it too thick and that wouldn't have been the call. So he's trying to get rid of both yellows here, I believe.
So better to hit it thin, right? Well, even hit it thin. Don't not worry about the shooter. It's probably going to go out of play, as Al mentioned.
So this will be thrown very firmly here, trying to hit this on the outside.
Don't see the shooter staying with peel weight like that, but they're not concerned about staying. There you go. Great shot there by Team Dunstone.
So from his view, he could see that whole thing. From our view, we couldn't quite see that, but he actually hit this on the inside.
Really?
And I was wondering when he put the broom down, I didn't think that was enough ice to make it on the high side, but he hit that crossing it.
Yeah, you're right. Great shot regardless.
So laying 4 in the second end, and certainly a little bit of a dilemma for the team from Italy. So options here.
Yeah, well, the Team Dunstone around the corner guard, that's completely buried. One of the rocks in the top 8 is completely buried. The other one is open. But if you hit it, I don't know. I don't think you can get both. So maybe a double, nose hit double. Maybe catch it just a little bit inside.
I don't know how you cannot give up at least 2 here and likely 3.
Yeah.
It looks like they settle on hitting that top one. That would, if they do hit this on the nose, it would eliminate the one over on the 12 foot and become third shot.
Okay, Team Retornaz in turn hit.
That is curling hard. That is tight to the guard. And he's feather ticked it. So disaster here in the second end. Will be a draw for 5. A little lighter weight call than I would have thought.
I thought so too, and a little late. It curled early though. It really went. So maybe they just got it started a little bit.
The call was to hit and roll on top of the other one and give them the draw for 3.
Yeah.
But the weight was maybe boardish in that area.
Yeah. So we're in the second end. Team Retornaz did big steal of 2 in the first end, and Team Dunstone having last rock advantage here in the second end, and a draw for 5.
And I believe he can come to his own rocks there on this shot. So
yeah, he's got backing too.
This should not be an issue at all. And he's got this shot made. So a big score of 5 in the second end for the team from Manitoba. So 5-2 after 2, and we'll be right back.
Per forza. È longa, 6 man da giocare. È longa, Un po' più in salita, ma è longa. Se fendoi, marcano su Scoreboard e da spingere coi doi.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling hub the next Curling Stadium.
Welcome back to the third end here. Team Dunstone and Team Retornaz. 5-2 after 2 ends. And Team Dunstone first rock into the top 4, and Team Retornaz throwing an out-turn corner guard.
So you can see on your screen there the crowd. The crowds have been fabulous this week here at the Henderson Metal Fall Classic, and can't thank them enough. Also online, we set a record yesterday on Curling Zone for the amount of views. So appreciate all you people from around the world tuning into this great event, and welcome to those that are watching today.
Ryan Harnden, I think the call is to be tight to the rings or in the rings is fine also. You don't want to leave it way out there, so looks like they're going to come right in. Maybe a little bump. Good shot. There's no one in top 4 and one in full 8 foot is good.
So double corners here, trying to get a deuce back or more here in the third end. Get back into this game.
Intern corner guard, as Alan mentioned. They want to get the rocks straight across from each other. Just like that. Well done. There you see the call there from Matt is they want it tight, though, a tight center guard. Colton Lott's going to throw the out turn here. Ryan and BJ just keeping it clean, but the little more pressure now on the brooms. Line looks pretty good. Weight looks pretty good also. Good shot there by Colton. So the two corner guards were put up by Team Retornaz. We'll see if they're going to utilize those and draw behind one of them.
I'm going to guess they're going to play into the green ones here and try to move them around.
Maybe a hack, wait, and roll behind the corner. That would work also if they wanted to move it right out and get the roll.
Well, the more rocks in play for Team Retornaz right now is likely better. Trying to get some offense generated here.
This is really curling. Boys are working it hard. Boy, oh boy. That lots of curl there.
And lots of guards up now. And as is often the case now with rule changes, etc., sometimes offense is the best defense. So stepping up here and having Colton Lott try to guard the two that are in the rings.
Colton with the out turn. You saw the shot call there. Center guard, tighter the better, though.
Yeah, long would not be good.
You don't want to leave it way out there. I'm thinking that like maybe a couple of feet from the rings.
Yeah, and you don't want to be in the rings either, because then you've got opportunities for hits and rolls everywhere, right? So looks like
that's better distance there.
Yeah, the line call was good. They covered the one that's higher. And yeah, they're going to have to go banging away here because they got lots of cover to get around, but we can't leave those two green ones there any longer. Well, they're going to leave them one more time and try to sneak in there and freeze.
Team Retornaz on the out turn, as Alan mentioned, freeze. They're trying to use the Team Dunstone for protection, like protect it from eliminating it. So if they get the freeze right in there, that's what they're looking for.
Yeah.
Little bump and a little, well done. That's a great shot.
So that's why getting that green guard tight was important.
Yeah.
A much shorter run back here. May not get the yellow out of the rings. I'm not sure it goes anywhere, but and they might do that too.
If they play this, they could move the yellow and the green just a little bit, get a nice angle on the Team Retornaz stone.
There's no angles on those corner guards for anything for Team Retornaz right now. So again, they're going to just to hold off. Both teams are going to be a little bit more aggressive for the moment. And somebody's going to have to make a move at some point out there.
The center guard for Team Dunstone's in a really good spot. So if they could move both these rocks a little bit and get a better angle on the Team Retornaz stone. Looking for a good angle here. Pretty good.
Yeah. Like I said, something's going to have to happen here soon. So he's looking at maybe trying that slash double. Or moving something from that rock that was just put there. Something's got to be moved here. Freezing on that one more time would be a very patient play, but I don't know if that would end up being a good idea at this point.
You can see up in your screen there the time clocks that are being used for this event. And
it's been very helpful to keep play moving along throughout the event. Way better than last year, and so I'm pretty sure that decision will continue again next year. So it's finally going to drill something back here, and we'll see what kind of damage is done. So he got the front moving. Laying second shot is Team Italy. And the team from Manitoba is first, third, and fourth. It would be tempting to go up there and just hit away and get rid of that yellow, but they're going to put that guard up one more time because there is no angles out front.
We're in the third end here in Sault Ste. Marie. First end, Team Retornaz did have a steal of 2, and then in the second end, Team Dunstone got a 5-ender. So there's the score, 5-2, and going into this end, third end. Lots of granite in play. There's one lonely green rock way back up against the backboards. All the other rocks are in play. Lots of angles here. You got 3 corner guards on one side and 2 on the other. The call there was a center guard for Team Dunstone, and
so by playing those, it's making Team Retornaz continue to have to throw rocks and move granite around here, which happens. And now just 2 Dunstone counters in the rings right now in the 12-foot circle, and so Matt's weighing his options here. He's indicating a bump, moving his own on the center line into the 4-foot area. I don't think he could get all the way around it without bumping that. So I think that looks like his only option at this point, unless you see something different.
No, I agree. I don't think there's enough room to draw it like an out-turn draw. I don't think there's enough room to make that work. So
not with the curl on.
Not
on
with the curl. There's just too much granite there, and as Al had mentioned, the bump seems that looks like the shot to play here with the out turn.
So trying to raise this rock about 3 feet or so into the 4-foot. I guess you don't want to make a mistake by splitting these around and giving Retornaz an opportunity to do the same thing and get swooping around center guards.
Yeah, if you threw it a little heavy and you chip yours over, then roll over, then that opens things up.
So that would be an error if you did that one.
Yep. So Matt Dunstone on the out turn looking for a tap their own stone that's in the 12-foot. He wants to tap it as far as he can, but not too deep, like maybe top 4, somewhere in there.
Yeah, so we'll keep an eye on the line here. They're going at it now, so Don't want to get too close to the center line. It looks like the line is just about what they were hoping for, trying to carve it in there now. A little bit of an angle, and it's top 4 foot, and it will leave Retornaz a straight back.
Good shot there by the team. Team Retornaz, as Alan mentioned, looking at it straight back here. Nose set, I think, Al, is pretty good, or
nose is
close.
I think crossing it wouldn't be very good because he would roll the shooter over to the center line and leave a wide open takeout, unless it bounced behind the corner.
Yeah, that's a thought too. Maybe just looking to make the raise here, but maybe trying to bury it also around some of the rocks.
Well, they're sweeping that to keep it straight. And that one seems to be over curling as well. It's made contact, but it looks like it's rolled it out of play. So again, 2 Dunstone counters in the 12-foot will leave Matt Dunstone an in-turn draw around the yellow center guard to the 4-foot, kind of put it back where it was and make it difficult for Team Retornaz. He could also plug that hole, you know.
He could for sure.
Like if you just plug the hole, what do you got?
So short is fine, is what you're saying.
As long as it doesn't over curl.
Yeah.
Like top 12-foot.
Top 12-foot would be fine also. It was a good throw there. It just it looked like he threw it pretty well. It just curled more than they thought on the hit for Team Retornaz.
Yeah.
So as Alan mentioned, that it's a draw for Team Dunstone. If you're short a little bit light, that's fine too. It does, as Alan mentioned, it will block the port there.
So I think it's in-turn draw to the top of the button.
Yeah.
Plan B would be come a little shorter than that and blocking a draw in there for Team Retornaz.
Looking for some curl here. It's gonna maybe not.
It picked.
Oh boy! Wow.
Okay.
Well, that was sneaky, eh?
It kind of would have almost gone there if it had a feather ticked, but actually it leaves it open a draw for 1. So I'm not sure that was.
It looked like it was going to get past the yellow here.
Just watching here.
And then it took a little turn.
Right there.
Oh, did it touch it?
No.
Oh,
it grabbed a little piece of something. It actually does give an opening for Team Retornaz to get in there and score their point and get back in this game.
So Team Retornaz looking for an in-turn, at least a full 8-foot to score a point here in the third end.
Well, keeping it straight.
Looks pretty good.
Looks like the right weight. Still curling though. That's still curling hard.
Wow.
And that's going to be a steal of 1 for Team Dunstone in the third end. That'll make the score 6-2. We'll be right back with fourth end play.
I don't remember a time when curling wasn't a part of my life.
No, è che era
When I wasn't
larghissima,
putting in the sweat and
Però
hard
la
work
indostra
to be the
spartare
best
tutta.
that I can be.
Non arriva.
Clocking in the time, the effort to practice day in, day out.
Bisogna anche sì, non gara di gente tanta velocità.
It's a family, a community. And when it's time to play, I know I'll be ready.
Non aveva tanti spazi, poi la sua ho visto che
Hundreds of our next generation.
potevo giocarla un po' più attiva sicuramente. No, infatti. No, Vai. Che release, che sia qua, che sia su, che sia...
Okay, welcome back everyone. Fourth end action here at YNCU Curling Center in Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario. Game between Team Retornaz from Italy and Team Dunstone from Manitoba. And it's a 6-2 score playing the fourth end. In the other game, semifinal that is right beside on sheet A. Team Hostly from Switzerland scored 2 in the third end. Has got a 2-0 lead over Mike McEwen from Saskatchewan. So we'll keep an eye on that game as well.
So after 3 ends, the scores Team Dunstone 6 and Team Retornaz 2. And Team Retornaz, they do have last rock advantage here in the fourth end. So
Rock was put on the top 4 by Ryan Harnden. Corner guard went up, and now I'm going to guess that they're going to bring this right into the rings and try to freeze it on their own or just short of it.
Matt's indicating top 8 foot is where they'd like to position this stone here. It's looking pretty good. Good shot there by Ryan. Good sweeping. Team Retornaz are going to throw an intern draw here. I'm not sure if they want it short of the rings or in. I think maybe just short.
Probably a double corner, eh?
Yeah.
Line looks like
line is good.
Yep. Good. Yep.
Yep. Well done. They were looking for the double corner on that side. So Matt asking Colton for a tight center guard, kind of similar to the last end. It'd be intern for Colton.
The other call I've seen sometimes from teams is coming around that and blocking the path around the double corner, but they've opted for this one, and it's this will be good as long as it's made. Maybe over curling slightly.
Good shot there by Colton. He guarded it on the proper side. He didn't want to be on the other side. That would leave a hack weight hit and roll behind the double corner. So better to over curl on that side just a little bit than the other. They're thinking maybe drawing around the corner, but I think they have to move some granite around here.
Yeah. It seems like he's called them to come around with a little bit of weight and move that green out into the open and move some rocks around. Maybe try to get them closer to the tee line. Maybe can be utilized for freezing in that area, because right now the scoring area is kind of blocked off. So
yeah.
So intern bump, eh?
Intern bump, yep. Intern for Team Retornaz.
And they're working on this. Is that rock touching the center line?
I think I'm going to say, I don't know.
Well, he got it by. And that was the shot that was called, and that's a great shot, actually.
Yeah, really well done. Well thrown. Good shot. You can see what Matt's thinking there. Maybe draw around and put another stone right there. or just eliminate it. There are options here. Okay.
So he's going to continue to be using offense as a defense sort of mechanism here with a 6-2 lead.
Colton Lott, intern draw around the Yellowstone, splitting the center line there, top 4 foot. By playing this, they're trying to eliminate any bump possibilities for Team Retornaz. It's got to curl and sit down a little bit, but good shot. Nice weight by Colton there.
One thing about it is that green is one of the greens on the right hand side is open, so
Yeah,
that could come into play a little later in the end. So
yeah, it definitely could come into play, and the double corners are over there too, so they could possibly move that and roll behind the cover of 2 corner guards.
so going at this hard, what needs to get by here. Instead, he's going to feather it over and lay open.
Really good attempt there. It just feather ticked, as Al mentioned, just feather ticked the guard.
Well, wrong side of the inch so far.
Yes, for sure. Freeze in there, hit the open one, draw, out turn, maybe protect that hit and roll around the double corners. They've decided on the freeze, just lob another one in there.
So a lot of teams would have gone up and just stepped up and hit that open one, but I think what Matt's thinking is you put another one in there and you've blocked them from doing the same thing.
Exactly. So BJ on the intern draw.
A little bit of a risk on this one. If you don't make it, you don't want to be rolling off.
Short is fine too if you're past the Yellowstone.
Looks like it's starting to move there now.
Top 4 foot's fine.
And that's just fine there.
Good shot. Getting very congested in there in the 4 foot. 5 rocks in the 4 foot. We'll see what Team Retornaz play here. Okay, so green on the yellow, yellow into the pocket of the 2 greens.
So there should be some granite flying here if this is made properly. Working on this to keep it straight.
It's
big shot here. Did not make contact with anything in the rings. So now what here?
Well, I don't know. That was definitely the call. If they got it right, it would have been nose into the pocket, and the greens would have been flying there. So good attempt. It just didn't quite get the right. Yeah, well, they tried. If Matt puts the center guard up there guarding the yellow, they're probably going to try it again, I would think. So if he puts the guard up and they're going to try it again, I think longer the better here on the guard, or higher the better rather.
So the team from Italy has 4 rocks remaining in this end. So this is BJ Neufeld's final stone of the 4th end. Playing a guard, trying to guard that yellow so they can't hit it back. left a little bit of an angle.
It was a good guard there.
Can he get by and hit those into the green?
They could run the corner in. They could run the corner into the pocket. That's what they're going to do, run the corner through the port. So yellow into the green rocks in the forefoot. This is going to have a lot of weight on it.
Well, this could turn this end around if made.
If made, absolutely.
They're on this. It's got to be close. You got a little redirect off of one at the top of the rings and did a little damage. So Matt Dunstone still laying 2 in the forefoot. Third stone is Team Retornaz.
What a great shot that was.
Yeah, he just got a little redirect too. If they showed a replay, I don't know if they have it, but you can see that they it just did a little redirect.
Yeah, it just feather ticked the other corner. It just touched it, right? Yeah.
So it's been a while since they decided to get rid of some of those yellows, and it's going to happen now. I believe he's trying to make this double and roll inside. Both those yellows would go.
There you see the call there. About a 3/4 hit, I think, Al.
Yeah.
Yellow on the green and catch the yellow at the back. Roll the shooter for a guard is important here also. The shooter rolling a little bit will guard the rocks in the forefoot.
In turn, plenty of weight. Do not want to hit this on the outside.
Okay, good attempt, but
that brings in a possibility of getting a multiple score back here if this double is made.
Yeah, if the double is made, it's going to be, hit it right in the pocket.
Inside would have been, so we'll see what happens here.
It's a good attempt by Matt. It's just not what they were looking for, that's for sure. So which one do you hit first here? I think right in the pocket, or if you want to get some spin, maybe hit the one
on the outside.
Yeah, we're in behind Joel there. Boys are talking about, they know what they want to play. I think they're just looking to see if they can get some action on the shooter, where the shooter's going to end up. Do you want to spin it to the right on your screen, or do you want to spin it or just hit it right in the pocket and leave it right there?
So Mattia and Amos and Joel are having a conversation, and Sebastiano is down at the other end. He's going to stay out of this conversation right now and let the boys figure it out. But this is an opportunity, if this shot is made, to maybe bring a deuce back into play.
Can they make the double on the 2 rocks close to the center line and roll frozen to the one right there?
I don't think there's enough room.
Don't think there's enough room. It's hard to tell from our angle here. If they did play that, it'd have to be quiet weight, and you might not make the double. Definitely have to eliminate 2 Team Dunstone
So yeah,
counters here.
he's touching. I don't think there's a triple there. You'd have to hit like 3/4 of a rock on the top one there on the top 4 foot, but I don't think there's enough room to do that. So at least they got some life here.
We'll see what happens. See what kind of weight they throw for Team Retornaz. It is kind of buried in there. It might be. We'll see on his kick here. It looks like it's got good weight coming.
Firm.
There.
I think he's just making the double here.
Yeah.
And and it
boy.
went through the hole and squirted through the rings.
Oh boy.
Oh.
Oh, he threw that great. He threw it great. It just threw it through the curl and it just made a great shot. Just didn't get the result at all.
No.
So see, you see the shot call there. What Matt wants is top button on the intern to lie 2.
And so if you're Team Retornaz, you're hoping for an error here to keep your hopes alive of scoring in this end, at least multiple. He will always have the out turn draw to the button for 1. But if Matt Dunstone puts it where he has called, they'd be laying 2 and forcing the Italian team, I believe, unless they can hit something out in the wings there somewhere. We'll have to take a look after this draw is finished.
So Team Dunstone in turn looking for a full 4 foot top button. As Alan mentioned, it will leave an out turn draw. I don't see much other than that at this point anyway. We'll see when the rocks, this rock comes to rest and Team Retornaz see what they're going to play. So Matt's looking for, like I'd mentioned, I don't know, top button.
Yeah, any kind of spill off, if he over curls and spills off that yellow at the top of the rings there, that would leave a double back. So you don't want to do that if you're Team Dunstone. The line looks good. And trying to make that curl a bit now. Needs to touch the center line. Not going to do that. Let us see if that shot is there. You can see almost all of it to make this shot. Whether you can actually curl by it and move them both, because if you hit it on the outside, I think you're probably going to lose your shooter, right?
It's going to go into the Yellowstone over there. On the
to score 2, he's got to get them both out of the 8 foot, right?
Yes, it just depends on the weight call here and where
to
the
score
shooter goes.
3, he would have to move them both out of the rings.
He's got plenty of weight. There is some separation. Looking for the double,
and that's curling hard, and that's also
boy.
Oh, absolute disaster. And there was no luck on their side for this game, sadly. So that'll finish this game early. Team Dunstone scored 3 in the 4th end and has brought the score to 9-2. And this the week has come to an end for Team Retornaz, last year's runner-up, and this year losing in the semifinals, but a great effort by them. We shall see you back here for the final at 4 o'clock. and we hope that we have everyone tune in. So thank you very much for joining us. Take care until 4 o'clock. Thank you.
I don't remember a time when curling wasn't a part of my life. When I wasn't putting in the sweat and hard work to be the best that I can be. Clocking in the time, the effort to practice day in, day out. Curling is more than just a game. It's a family, a community. And when it's time to play, I know I'll be ready. Hardline, supporting hundreds of our next generation athletes.
Difficile. Forme sono una cosa che non lega niente.
Perché tipo anche questa se la fosse giocata bene, la ten la linea, però la ten fino a neanche a metà campo e dopo proprio.
Chi te ne da chiamare subito?
Come che le vede? Allora le prime 12, la doppia e quella che faccio passare. Questa no, dopo può anche costare di 10.
I was a former professional curler with Team Canada, winning the World Championships in 2010 and a 3-time Brier champion. I always loved the Muhammad Ali quote, if your dreams don't scare you, they're not big enough. And I'm also a sneakerhead.
Hey Nolan, great to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Thanks for coming in.
Absolutely.
I understand you're a sneakerhead.
And I've always liked shoes with a little bit of flair. I think once I got a little later on in my career, I became my brand a little bit. I grew up and Michael Jordan was the coolest person in the world and he had the coolest shoes in the world. So I mean, I think it's how do you go wrong with Jordan 1?
Tell me a little bit about the classics you're wearing today.
Yeah, so these are Jordan 1 lows. The day that I found out that I was going to get the offer to be the CEO of Curling Canada, I was actually in a store and looked at the wall and saw these. And I said, those are perfect Curling Canada colors. And it just worked out.
20 years ago, you worked for BDO. You're allowed to wear those kind of shoes to the office.
No. We were a little dressier.
What drew you to the county?
I was growing up. I'm very analytical. I like looking at things and not just looking at the numbers, but also looking at the story of what it means. And I think that kind of really drew me into accounting.
Can you tell me a little bit about your life growing up in Brandon?
I was a typical prairie kid. Baseball was my first love. I grew up kind of chasing the baseball dream. Went to Louisiana in 12th grade and got a college scholarship at junior college in Texas.
Who would be the greatest baseball player?
My parents named me after him, so it's Nolan Ryan. Nolan Ryan's my idol. He'd be the one that I would be so starstruck to him.
So I notice your shoes are impeccably tied. Much like tying laces, accounting is all about the details. So what have you learned at BDO?
Anybody can balance a balance sheet. It's what does it mean? What does it say about the business? Time management, which was huge and came in handy, later on when I was, chasing the curling dream full time. From an athletic standpoint, you have a short window of time where you can be an athlete, and I could see the end of the road athletically, and I said, okay, I just need to sell out for this for right now, and I can go back and build my business career because I already have my designation.
Did having the designation, did that give you the comfort to keep doing it?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I remember one of the partners saying to me, accounting is one of the most recession-proof jobs there is. I mean, everybody needs an accountant, and I knew I had something to go towards when I was done.
So, tell me about these shoes.
So these are my old curling shoes. They're Ashen brand, which is from Manitoba. I'm the Manitoba boy there. So this is the sliding shoe. This is Teflon, which is one of the faster sliders. It's something that I always wanted, was the least drag possible. And, that's my trail shoe. And I've got a toe dip, it's called, that is try to make this as slick as possible so when you're sliding out and this toe's dragging, you don't have a boat angle behind you.
tell me about some of your biggest curling moments?
Obviously, the biggest one was winning the World Championship. I mean, it's wearing the maple leaf, standing on the top of the podium, singing the national anthem is I was a front-end player too, so sweeping to me, and I actually was fortunate and also nerve-wracking enough that I got to sweep the job twice to Briar, so kind of fulfill a lifelong dream, right? I think the first time I won it, I said, I want to do this thing since I was 10 or 11 years old. Like, this is so cool.
What do you do to stay in shape now?
So I do lots of outdoor running, and getting out for an hour and going for a run and just letting your mind clear, I think is one of my ways to sort of decompress.
So like cross-training sneakers, how did you diversify your skills in order to move up in Curling Canada?
I said I wanted to learn about the business of sport, and I wanted to, that meant doing some very junior roles. I'm someone who need to kind of do it to like kind of understand it and see how the pieces are all put together. How can you help me kind of learn and expand my skill set?
So sneakers provide stability. How did accounting provide you a solid foundation for your next role after curling?
Being able to provide me that business acumen, I think, was massive for me. Exposure to many different businesses and different clients, different motivations. Being able to acknowledge all of those motivations for people, but then still being able to feed it back to the business was valuable.
What is it like being CEO of Curling Canada?
This means a little bit more to me than just sort of this one moment. I just, I say I don't want to let the sport down, right? And I just care about it. But I think the biggest thing for me is just planning and focusing on the process and knowing that there's a long game, having that strategic goal of where you want to take the organization, and always coming back to that.
Sneakers protect your feet from rough terrain. How have you steered Curling Canada through a rough spot?
Sometimes it's just saying, we don't know, right? And it's being confident enough to say, we don't have the answers right now, and always being open with all your stakeholders when decisions need to be made or when you're still processing.
All right, so you've got to tell me about these boots here.
These are some custom sneakers that Tourism Calgary got done for me. We've got an amazing relationship with them. They helped us during COVID to be able to put on our events in a bubble for 80 days. These are just some Jordan 1s, but custom airbrushed with the Calgary skyline, curling on the other side with the Scottish Term and the Hearts logo and the Curling Canada logo on them. So, I buy shoes to wear shoes, but these ones are so nice. These might be the only ones that I'll just take on the shelves. They look too good. I'm not sure if I can wear these.
So I know that youth participation is really huge for you. Why is it so important?
You know what? It's the next generation. I watched Briar when I was 10 and then said, I want to win it. I want those experiences for people now to look at it and say, that was a really cool moment. I'd love to experience that. And sometimes that experience is playing it. Sometimes that experience is next time curling is in town, I want to be in the building, feel the energy.
So reflecting on your journey from athlete to accountant to CEO, what's the legacy you want to leave behind?
I love our game. I love the community. I love what it is. It's like this special piece of Canadiana. Our mission is more curlers curling better and more fans, right?
Bonus round, which is harder? Winning the World Championship or getting your CPA?
So they're different. Getting my CPA is harder. The World Championship is obviously extremely hard. It's also one though where if you screw up, these people saw it.
Someone from your past video is here to say hello.
Awesome. Great to see you. Good to see you. How's it going?
Oh, things are going well.
Is it going good?
We're so proud of you here at the video. What kind of following along.
You were my lead on a few different audit files, so we spent some time in Bingo Bond, places all over Edmonton.
So it's with we got a little surprise for you.
Wow.
So we got some knowing that you're a sneakers guy. We got a pair of custom sneakers for you. I guess they're Air Force Ones. So
Wow.
take a look.
Curling Canada, BDO, look at that, hey? Our auditor at Curling Canada is actually BDO, so I'll have to take these down when I got to go down for the audit here in a couple of months. So this is awesome.